Today we're going to start learning how to juggle one object. Now, if you want to make your own juggling ball, we've put up a video on how to do that. These kinds involve some balloons and some beans. There are also other techniques for making juggling equipment that you can find on the internet with a grown-up's help. If you don't have access to the materials you need, you can also just take a pair of socks and roll them up together. So I do that by putting them together, opening the top of one, and pushing the socks in, and that way I have an object I can juggle. So whether you're juggling socks, something you made yourself, or if you have juggling equipment at home, that's great, you can use that. We're going to learn today how to juggle one object. This is going to be a great warm-up for anyone who already knows how to juggle, and if you're just learning to juggle, this is going to be the basic building block you need to get to 2 and 3. Those are going to be in separate videos. So we're going to start with our elbows at our sides and our palms facing up, and we're going to make a rainbow from one hand to the other, about a little bit higher than your eyes, but we don't want it to be huge because then we'll lose control, and we don't want it to be small because if it's small, we don't have as much time to catch it. So we want to find a nice rainbow from one hand to the other. We're going to try this 10 times together. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and as you practice those rainbows, you're looking for some consistency. You want to be trying to make the same shape every time you throw from one hand to the other. Great, we're going to kick it up a notch, make it a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to take my empty hand and cross it over the one that's holding my juggling object. Now I'm going to throw my juggling object, uncross my hands, and catch it in that empty hand. It's going to look like this. Cross your arms, throw, uncross, catch. So now instead of making a rainbow, you'll notice it's just going straight up and down for me to catch it. Now I'm going to try the other hand. Empty hand on top, throw, uncross, catch. Empty hand on top, throw, uncross, catch. Empty hand on top, throw, uncross, catch. Let's try that together 10 times. Here we go. And empty hand on top, throw. 1, cross, and 2. Cross and 3, cross and 4, cross and 5, cross and 6, cross and 7, cross and 8, cross and 9, cross and 10. Nice work. Now that's going under an arm. We're going to make it a little bit harder now. We're going to go under our leg. For this, I'm going to use my opposite leg. So whichever hand it's in, I'm going across my body to the other leg. I'm going to reach under that leg, and just as when I was throwing under my arm, I wanted to make sure it went straight up. When I'm throwing under my leg, I want to make sure it's going straight towards the ceiling and catching it in that empty hand. So again, across the body to my opposite leg, throw, and catch. This one's going to be really tricky. Across the body to the opposite leg, throw, and catch. Across the body to the opposite leg, throw, and catch. Let's try this one. Here we go. 10 times together. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Now friends, this can be really tricky. If you're finding yourself running all over chasing after your always rewind me. You can always try this again. We're challenging ourselves a little bit. Make sure in all of these, when we're making our rainbow, when we're going under our arm, when we're going under our leg, you want to be catching from about the same place you threw from with an open palm facing the ceiling. All right, if we're catching like a claw, that's going to be for different juggling later on. So for now, I want you to catch with your palm facing up. All right, so there's a couple other crazy ones we can try. We can try over our shoulder. This one is really tricky. It's going to come behind my back, and I'm going to throw it up and over, and again, catching it in that opposite hand. So you'll notice we're always going across our bodies for now. So I'm going to bring it behind, toss it over, and did you see it pop over my shoulder into my hand? Try the other side. These ones are so tricky. And of course, you don't have to turn back and forth. I'm just doing that so that you can see what is happening with the object. Again, just like when I was crossing under my arm or crossing under my leg, my goal is to throw it straight towards the ceiling when it's going over my shoulder with a little bit of a rainbow. This one has to have a little rainbow so it can make it over the shoulder. It's a funny little wristy flick to get that over. Boop. Boop. Let's try this all together. You ready? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Again, if you need to rewind, try it again. That is fine. This is going to take a little while to get the hang of. I want to do one more activity with our single object. And then you need to come back. We're going to upload next week what to do with 2 and then what to do with 3, so that in no time you are going to be juggling 3 objects. Now I'm going to go back to that rainbow we did at the beginning, except this time, when my object gets to the top of my rainbow, I'm going to clap 1 time, like this. Now, that's a really special moment there at the top. This is so important because next time, when I show you how to do 2, that's when you're going to throw your second object, when the first one has made it to the top. It's hard to juggle and talk at the same time. All right? So we're going to practice clapping only when it gets to the top of our rainbow. All right, so let's try that 10 times together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Now, like I said, this is just the beginning building block to get to learn to juggle 2, to get to learn to juggle 3. If you already know those, this can still be a great warm-up for your juggling. Just like we warm up our body before we tumble, we want to warm up our juggling to start practicing that as well. So you can come back, watch this again, do it with me. I know when you're watching the video, you want to look at me. Try to remember to also look at the object you're throwing. I'll still be there. You can look at your object that you're juggling. All right? So, since there's more juggling videos to come, please make sure to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. If you're having a good time juggling with me, please like this video. I've had a lot of fun with you today. Come back soon when we learn 2. Bye!